So this was a first to 30 against a strong Japanese player that I met on ranked, and the first game my stuff wasn't set up, so I couldn't see the screen. So I just gave him an extra point because I knew they were gonna need it. I'm just kidding. Here I was setting up a 2-double on the left side, and I saw they had a 3-chain, so I sent a single first to see what they would do, and then I converted mine into a 3-chain. That was more powerful. They didn't want to send their main chain yet, but they don't have much available, so I can keep on attacking. They could have made a 3-chain if they got the right colors, but they didn't get them in time. They could start their main chain if they can clear the purple. If they get purple. Oh, it doesn't quite connect. So my goal was to play generally aggressive, because I think I play better when I play more aggressively, but I was also trying to play smart, like not just randomly attack. They have a 3-chain setup, and they're sending it 3-double now. And I could see that, but I didn't know what to do. I guess I should have tried to do something else, because that just loses immediately. We were playing a pretty similar form this round. My tell is hard to extend with, though. I could set up a 2-double on the back side. They don't really have that much right now, but I'm not going fast enough to do anything. Now they have connected their main chain. They can use the reds to start it, and they probably will. So I need a blue here, and then this blue starts it. But I didn't think it'd be enough, so I was like trying to come up with a way to make it bigger, and I couldn't do it. Neither of us had much set up here. They have a 3-chain now, but I have a 3-chain to counter because I could see it. So I was going to a 4-chain. They went to like a 5 or 6-chain. So then I set in a small chain, but they did that too. They have a 3-double now, but that's I was expecting them to send that. So this is a 4-chain, no 5-chain. I locked in a 2-double, so I couldn't counter it. Even if I put it on the right side, it'd only be a 3-chain. So. For the most part, I was playing pretty fast and pretty consistent. I have a 3-chain set up now, 4 or 5-chain, but I connected my main chain. They have like a 4-chain or a 5-chain. I converted mine to a 3-chain, but they do have a counter. They had a lot of ways to counter, and I had to send my main chain, and they're supposed to be able to win here. Oh, they're going for the yellows though. And a purple. That was a little bit lucky for me. This was an all clear start. They got it, but I didn't get it. I had to take a risk to try to extend somehow, And I got lucky and got double greens, but I'm still not winning here. That's kind of even, I think. And I couldn't really build a good setup. I got 2 double, but they have a 4 chain. This is an unusual form for me to use. The greens at the bottom are kind of getting thrown away. Besides that, it's a pretty solid setup. Probably looking for purple yellow on the left side. But I counted the single. They have a 5. Oh no, I thought it was a 5 chain when I was playing too. But it actually connected like this. And my 5 chain was probably too small anyway. But I thought it was a 5 chain. And it's like, oh, I got a 5 chain to counter it. And then it was an 8 chain. All clear, and I barely adjusted to get it. If they sent a 3 chain all clear, they'd be at a pretty big disadvantage. Now they gave themselves a chance with the blues, but they didn't draw them fast enough. That one was really close, and when I was playing, I thought they were going to get it. It's hard to use the greens in this form, but you can do it. They have a 3 chain setup. I have a 3 chain that I can easily make. I was able to counter their single. They have a 5 chain, 4 chain now. 3 double actually. And I countered it. But I'd say I'm kind of at a disadvantage here. It's just not decided either way, and I wasn't sure how I was going to fix this, but I should have extended on the tail with a red, probably. I don't even know if that would work. Yeah, if I put a red instead of a yellow, it would have connected. It wouldn't have been enough, though. So I've been playing this round really smoothly and quickly. I think I almost didn't split any Puyo, so I was really fast. I have a 4 chain setup, 5 chain setup. But I'm doing like the pros and attacking with just a single first to see what happens. If a 2 chain could convert into like a 6 chain. So I had a lot of options. They have their main chain connected though, and they sent it. So now I have to convert into a main chain. I need a blue on the left, and then a green on the red, and then the red starter. This was a pretty well played round from me. I pretty much had options at every point, and I was able to make a big chain at the end. It took a long time to fire it off, so they might have been able to counter. Even if they started this one, it would have been close, and I technically would be able to win if I could make a second chain. Well, but I don't know if I would have been able to do it. I'm looking to attack here. And when they put that there, their form, they couldn't connect it fast enough. so I knew I could win with that. I just realized. It's supposed to have the game sound. Anyway. So they have a 2-double setup. I had a 3-chain waiting. But it's not really enough. It's just enough to not lose. Right now I've got a 2-double. And I just send it because I can't do much. They have a 3-double. But it's not that much stronger, so I can make an immediate 2-double also. And now I probably have a big advantage. But they make a 3-chain. And I saw that, so I received the garbage again and countered. I thought it was going to be a 3-chain though, but it was only 2. I had a 3-chain. I wasn't sure if it was safe to send it, but it looked good when I looked. So now I have to extend and win. And reds don't connect. That's... It was barely enough, but I needed a little bit more. Got 2-double set up. They've got 2-double as well. Oh, I converted mine into a 4-chain. That was really a really fast conversion. So they're still looking at their 2-double, but they had to send their main chain because I sent a 4-chain. I should clear the yellows. I didn't do it correctly. I had to clear the yellows and then the purple and then double green maybe. Because that was going to break. I could have won there, but still really like my play because I could see they had a 2-double, so I didn't want to just send the same size, so I converted it into a 4-chain really quickly. And I got the advantage, I just didn't win. They got 2-double and they sent it. And I had to like place down really fast to get some kind of counter. I couldn't find one. 3-chain. Oh no, it's 4-chain. Oh, it looks really close, but the green had to be here. Here we're playing an identical opening. The first difference was there. That was a mistake. I put the piece the wrong way. And then my form kind of wasn't how I wanted it to be. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but... This is a 3-double. I didn't know how to fix this transition, though. got 3 chain, but I was about to say I probably won't send it, and I sent it. This part's hard to get through a little, but I got double yellows, so that makes it easy. I have a 2 chain. 3 chain, no 2. I've got 3 chain if I get a green. And I didn't get a green. I can still get to my main chain though. It's a 3 chain. I think I didn't realize that the 3 chain when I was playing. I thought it was going to be longer. So, because I could have made it 3 chain to counter. It's hard to read everything that fast though. And like decide where you're gonna put your pieces at the same time. They've got 2 chain, can extend to a 4 chain. I want to send a big 2 double, but I could see that they could extend to a 4 chain, but they actually sent a 2 chain at the exact time, so they couldn't do anything. Yeah, I don't think they can. There wasn't much they could do there. They've got a 2 chain. Or a 3 chain here. I've got 4 chain though, which beats both of those, so I just sent it, but they sent their main chain, but I should win here. But I didn't know how to extend. Because I wasn't getting the right colors. And now I'm at a really big disadvantage. This is 6 double. I've got 2 chain set up. Can make a 3 chain with greens. They don't have anything set up, but now they have a 2 double. That was an accident, but it kind of worked out. They sent their main chain, and then I just had to get mine off. I need a red on the left side. I was really happy with that conversion, because this was a pretty good chain and a good extension in a tough situation. Maybe I could have connected the greens too, but... Oh, clear match. I think that's what I wanted to happen. So now I'm adding to my towel. I'm gonna have to start with the blues. And since I put the greens in the towel, I can't really use this green to extend, so I just have to start with this blue. There wasn't much else I could do. But luckily for me, their chain wasn't actually that good. So I ended up winning. I felt like the big single was stronger than the 2 chain, but I wasn't entirely sure, but it ended up being stronger, so... Here I was going for a risky extension, but I felt like I had to do it because I didn't know what else I could do. I think they saw it and just set off their chain fast, And I almost got there, but even if I drew red, I couldn't connect them. So I think I had to place the pieces before just a little bit differently. I could have gotten it. I should use that yellow over here, maybe. I was forcing them to try to play defensively every round because I was looking to attack most of the time, so they couldn't just like build comfortably. Got the blue starter. So it ended up breaking on the towel. I might have had enough if it didn't break like that. I think they could see, when they did the single, they could see I didn't have anything, so they knew they could send a 3-chain. I can get my starter pretty easily if I connect the yellows. Now I just have to connect the blues, but I wasn't getting a blue. And it looks like I'm gonna fill up. If I tilted it sideways, I could have made a bigger chain, but they misread my field, so they sent their main chain too early, and I actually had enough here. It's 9-15. I was kind of expecting them to beat me, because it felt like they were better than me, but I have a 3-chain setup. I'm looking at it. They have their main chain, but they probably don't really just want to set it, and then I saw they like covered everything, and they didn't have much there. So I like jumped on that chance. And then I just won from that. I was doing a good job most of the match of like watching their screen as well as mine. So I could see things like that. Got a pretty strong sap here, but I'm forcing it into a 2-double, and I didn't draw red in time. I don't know how I could have made something without the red. I would have had to change how I built it earlier, I think. Or maybe it was there and I just couldn't see it. This is a pretty strong setup. It's easy to make a 3 or 4 chain. Trying to extend. I got 2-chain, 4-chain now. And I was gonna send with the red, but I accidentally covered it, I remember. Because I was like, I got a counter to that, but I didn't place the piece correctly. At this point, it felt like they're almost winning 2-1. It just felt like that was the level they were at. I have a 2-double set up if I see the opportunity. And there it was. They're still pretty close, they could get that off. But they didn't get the last yellow. They've got 2-chain. Got a 4-chain on the yellows. It's gonna get covered maybe, and it does, but now I can dig and make a 2-chain. Counting with a 2-chain. I was trying to make a 3-chain here, and I decided to send it. They have a 3-chain on the blue, but it's not that good. So I can follow up. And big single. That's pretty strong. Now they don't really have anything. I was just trying to follow up and I couldn't figure out how to do it. It's like, oh, what do I do? I thought that was a 2-chain, so I countered with a 2-chain, but instead, like I was gonna use the yellows, but I didn't see a yellow coming, so I thought I had to make a 2-chain really quickly, but it's actually a 3-chain and I lost. If I knew it was a 3-chain, I would have had time to draw for the last yellow, and then I probably would have won. I was going pretty fast, but that's just matching their speed. I've got a 3-double. I've got a 3-chain. It looks tough here, but I can dig through the yellows, but I have to counter their 3-chain. And I countered it with the 3-chain. I was playing the mid game really well here. I got another 3-chain, I got another 3-chain counter. But I might not have been going as fast as them. Huge 2-chain. This 4-chain counter just isn't enough, except they covered their blue. They could have just won by setting it off, I think. And I don't know if they made a mistake in their decision or like misread something. Although now they might be able to dig. This is a 3-chain. They could draw something, but they draw here's 2-chain. I got an all clear to save me maybe. But they've got a huge 2-chain again. There goes the bonus. They didn't get a blue in time. They had like a 4-double or a 4-double 5-chain, I think. I accidentally made a single. No, it's a 4-chain. And they only have a 2-chain. Then I finally won. So 12 to 18. Like 1 to 1.5. I think that's alright. So they've got a 3-chain on the purples. Got 3-chain or a 2-double, they're sending the 3-chain. And they got 6-chain, I think. They just need a green here. I think they didn't realize it wasn't connected all the way. So they were trying to extend a lot, and they actually didn't have to extend because my chain was going to stop. They're sending a 2-double. Are you purple? Not gonna get it. I wasn't ready to counter anything at that time. When I'd play them on ranked, I would go really heavy on their aggression, like send 2-doubles all the time, but I'd also pay attention to if they had an easy counter and then I wouldn't send it. But I'd set it up so they like have to make a counter every time. Here it didn't look like they had much to counter, but they actually have 4-chain. I can probably get to the yellow though. I should put a yellow here. Oh no, I didn't have to send my main chain just yet. Oh no. I probably should have. I didn't realize I could have put a yellow there and connected. So still on that like 1.5 to 1 pace. I should have put those pieces a bit differently, but got a 4 chain. They've got a big 2 chain. I saw that coming, so I made a 2 double 3 chain. I'm not really sure which one was better. I just need a yellow and a yellow, but I didn't get it in time. Now I can make my main chain with a purple yellow, but they have a lot of room to out-extend me, so I really should try to attack here to stop them from out-extending me, because I have so much garbage that if they make a big chain, mine's not going to beat it, and that's what happened. They had enough time to just make a full chain, and I didn't have the space to beat it. I've got an interesting tell here. I've got 2 double on the yellows, but they have a 3 chain that's bigger. I need the red. A lot of things I could have done there. This works. Oh, I'm following up quick. Oh, that's stopping. It's 3 double. I think I didn't realize when I was playing. Is it 3 double? Oh no, 3 double 4 chain. This chain, when I was playing, I couldn't read like how big it was gonna be. I just felt like enough was gonna connect that I would win. Most of the time, I know exactly how much is gonna connect. Trying to set up an attack in the middle. And got 2 double. They're sending it. Oh, I remember when I was playing. I knew that was their main chain. I thought maybe they were trying to trick me with it. I want to go for that. Like, make it look like a 3 chain or a 2 double. And then it's like, no, I know that's her main chain. And then I was like, just trying to figure out how to extend. If I got the red starter, I don't think it would work, but oh, they got their second chain off, but I think my first chain was so much stronger that it's not enough. Yeah. We were playing an identical opening. There was the first difference. I think I was going faster than them here, but I didn't know what to do either, so I slowed down. Single attacks are pretty strong, but I could see the green, they could set it off. And I looked and then I was like, oh, their chain's gonna stop, and then it didn't stop. I was like, oh, it's not stopping. So still on that like 1 to 1.5 pace. This could be an all clear start. And it was actually, but neither of us got it. I have the potential to make a strong form here. just need a blue to connect my main chain, but I could send a 4 chain if it's not connected. They have a 3 chain on the right side, but I do have that 4 chain. Now here, I was getting all the colors I needed, so I was just trying to send my main chain, but the purples were gonna cut, and I knew it, but I just had to put it down because, like, I couldn't wait anymore, because they were gonna send a 2 chain and I'd lose if I didn't counter it. And it ended up working. My form is kinda hard to work with. I need triple reds here. I have triple yellows here. I had to clear a lot of singles. Yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Stopping. Yeah, I can't figure out what to do. I think when I was playing I didn't realize it was stopping either, but I'm not sure if I could be in it either way. We've got a pretty strong setup. Here I wanted to send a 2 triple immediately, but I misplaced the piece, so I had to send it with the next piece. They built a counter, but they couldn't get it off. Partially because they got so much garbage. This opening was a little slow because I had to tilt a lot of pieces. And it wasn't getting like the green. Oh, big single. Yeah, I didn't see they were going to send a 2 chain, and then I just built up. This is a tough tell, but I'm set up correctly. I just need a blue and that works. I think this is one of the areas I improved on a lot, because I've been trying to learn different things. Here I had to clear these yellows, so I decided to extend up because the yellows would break here if I didn't clear those. Now he's just going for my main chain because it was a pretty strong tell, so felt like I could win if I just got it off. They've got a pretty good setup here though. "13 chain." They had 13 as well, but mine was barely stronger. In the past, it would be like extremely rare for me to get a 13 chain in a match, kind of, but now I think I'm better at it, so it's more doable for me. Big single. They kind of put their pieces in an unsafe way, but I don't have a follow-up. They've got their main chain connected on the yellows. I'm sending a 3 chain to try to force them to send it, and it looks like that's all they can do. It is. But now I have to extend, and it's hard. I need triple blues. I need the blue, yellow, and then a blue here. Blue. And then a blue starter. I actually got kind of close, but I think I could have done it better. Oh, sending a quick 2 chain. Didn't look like that was what I was gonna do, but this form has a lot of potential. 3 double. I just need a red, but I'm not gonna get it. I cleared the column so I'd have a better chance to reach the reds, but still couldn't reach it until now. Now it's still a 3 double. They're sending their main chain, but I still have a chance here. That green was a misplace, but it still works. I got the piece at the last second. And I'm pretty happy about that extension. Now it's still a 6-point difference. I was looking for a big single, but I couldn't get a yellow-purple. If I saw yellow-purple coming, I would have gone for it. So here I saw that a 3-chain. My form's kind of unusual, but I was trying to set up a 3-chain to counter the 3-chain I saw. Made a 2 double, and it's a good enough counter. I knew they still had stuff set up, so I was still trying to counter. 2-chain got countered by a 2-chain. It's a 3-chain now, but I countered with a 3-chain. And my form's back to like clean, and I can extend normally. I could have connected my main chain. I knew how to do it if I had to do it when my form wasn't clean. Oh, 2-chain, but I have 4-chain. They might have gone too big. I was really happy about winning that round because that was a heavy back and forth round. And I was like really sharp on what they were doing. I was like, oh, I can see how much they're sending and I can see how to counter it. Oh, I see what happened there. I was trying to put the yellows in the towel and I didn't realize it was gonna make a match. 2 double. I can connect my main chain, but usually that's not good. But it looks like they're locked into their main chain. I'm going for the yellow starter. But they found a way to make a 2-chain, and it almost got me. But now I got my main chain off and they have to extend. They couldn't do it. So now it's a 4-point difference, and now it really feels like a close match. They're doing a right side transition. Most of the game they were doing left side GTR. They've got just their whole chain connected for now. They can cut the blues or something. Here it's tough to figure out what to do, so I just went for a main chain, but then I saw an opening, so I instead made a 2 double, and that worked. Now it's a 3-point difference, and it's like, all of a sudden it's a really close match. Could have been an all clear start, and I would have missed it. Now I'm playing really strong, really fast, and pretty good setups. 3-chain here, can easily make a 4-chain. Setting the 3-chain was a really good decision though, because they had no counter. And that's gonna be... It's like all... After being behind the whole way, it's like all of a sudden getting close. Got a pretty strong setup if I can get everything in. I was able to counter the single, but they had a 4-chain. They instead made it 2 double. Maybe because I could have set something up to counter. They now probably send a 2 chain. They've got a 3 chain though to counter the counter, and now they're in trouble. They send their. Oh no! Stops. Oh, I remember that one. I didn't know it was gonna stop. So I tried to extend, and then I was gonna set it off with the next piece, but it was just a little bit too late. And if I knew it was gonna stop, I probably would have just won by setting it off immediately. But it's like, man, I had it. I played everything else well. I just didn't read their chain. They've got a 3 chain set up, or a 2 or a 4 chain now. I've got a 4 chain waiting though on the red. We both send singles. I'm extending to a 5 chain and now my main chain. But I'm gonna send a 2 chain first. It's pretty strong. But now I don't know what to do, so I just send my main chain. The tail is alright, but yeah, it's alright. But I kind of felt like they were gonna extend and beat it, but they couldn't draw the blue. I think they had it. They just didn't draw the color. So I got a bit lucky there. Setting up a 2 double in the middle. But they've got a counter here, so I thought I was gonna send it anyway. But instead I'm extending to like a 4 chain. And they were expecting a 2 double, so they had a counter for the 2 double, but I saw that and I won by making a 4 chain instead. Those are the plays I was really happy about, because I was like really focused in on what they were doing too. So I was like adjusting as they were building a counter to what I was doing. I was like, yeah, I saw you were about to counter what I was about to do, so I countered that, and then they weren't ready. And now it's 25 to 26. This one I was going really smoothly. Got a big 3 chain or 4 chain. It didn't look like they could make a counter easily, so I sent the 4 chain. And they couldn't make a counter, but they still had a 3 chain, but it got covered. 26 to 26 now. At this point I was kind of like getting nervous because I was like, oh man, I might actually win here. I didn't expect that to happen. Setting up a 2 chain to fix my form because I wanted blue here. It kind of connected and did something, so it's not too bad. I didn't have much to attack or defend. But I thought they might think this is my main chain when I clear the greens, so they might not be ready for a 2 chain. But now they just had to send their main chain pretty much, and I knew that, so I was just trying to come up with how I was going to extend. But actually they found a way to not set it off yet. And I didn't commit to my main chain either, and now I forced them to send it kind of. Oh no, I remember this. I saw I was gonna cut because I like looked and I saw the purple and I was like, it's gonna stop with the purples, but then I like was so focused on that I didn't realize I had to tilt my piece to the right so my purples didn't cut in the same way, and then I would have won probably. But it's like, oh, I did so well to see that their chain was going to stop right there, but then I couldn't see that my chain was going to stop in the same way because I was so focused on seeing their chain. Here it was hard to play because I wasn't getting any yellows, so I made some adjustments that kind of worked. Like here I can kind of play from, but this form is a little bit hard to work with. I don't have much to attack or defend with either, And it looks like I'm gonna have to send my main chain soon. And it looks like they're gonna send their main chain and it's gonna be pretty big. So I extended as much as I could. Theirs was only 10. I don't actually remember if I countered. I got the counter, but they got second chain. And oh, I should have put it differently. Now that I'm not playing, I see how I could have extended, but when I was playing, I had no idea what to do, so I just put the piece down and it didn't work out. Here, I almost forgot about the yellow color conflict, but I saw it just in time. You can set up a 3 chain or a 2 double. Send it. Oh, I have to send it. I can send a 4 chain with the yellows, but it was right to not send it because they would just send a bigger chain. Oh, big 3 chain. So I get my main chain off, but now they can extend and win. They're probably favored to beat me. I got an 8 chain, but it looks like they have 9. I could get a second chain though. I just need a yellow. I don't know if it would have been enough if I got a yellow, but it definitely wasn't enough with the green. So would have been close with the yellow, but they would have had a second chain and they probably would have won from that. So it's now match point for them, but 26 to 29. Here I've got an interesting form. I managed to work the yellows in. So my chain is pretty strong here. I'm trying to send an attack first, but instead I got all the colors I needed, so I just put them in, and then I just sent my main chain because I got all the colors to send it. And it's like, I think my chain is pretty good, so I'll send it. Feels like they kind of got unlucky not getting a blue, but I'm not sure they would have had enough anyway. Oh, they did send a chain, but that's not enough. So 27-29. Here I was trying to go for the starter on the bottom, but actually, now that I look at it, the towel wouldn't work if I did that. And I just sent everything. They need purples though. They kind of got unlucky and didn't get any purples. So 28 to 29 now. It's an all clear match. And I gave him an extra point. Because I was trying to set up the stuff at the start. And it made the screen go black. Trying to set up a 2 double here. And I got it set up. And I'm just gonna send it. Doesn't look like they have anything. But they have their main chain here on the purples. This is a tough situation because they can send a different chain on the right side and not send their main chain. So I have to be able to react to that. And this is okay, but it's not that good. And it's hard to tell like if they're going to go straight for their main chain or if they're going to try to attack first. And if you get it wrong, it's easy to lose because of it. If you can't adjust well. So now they're going with their main chain. But I actually had a chain here. I placed the yellow and blue in advance, so I knew it was there. It's so close. I probably should have put the purple over here, so I could make it 2 chain that way, but I made it 2 double. But the purple is easily reachable. This is a 4 chain, but that's a 5 chain. I knew it when I was playing, so I was like, I don't know what to do. Just build up really tall, but that's not enough. But even though I lost, I feel really happy about how I played that set. So I think it was a pretty well played match for me.